Hello, everyone. This is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona, and I love to come live to show you what's been going on in my craft room. I hold monthly classes, in-person classes, and in September we worked with that really fun online exclusive bundle, the Changing Leaves bundle, and it's also really fun because it is a hybrid embossing folder, and I will show you exactly how that folder works and show you some really fun card samples with that as well, and we will make one together. So we'll just go ahead and get started, and I'll pop down to the workspace and show you the product. Now, this has been a really, really popular online exclusive. So it will, it pops in and out of availability, but if you want me to keep an eye on it for you, you just let me know. But the Changing Leaves stamp set, so perfect for fall. Lots of different techniques it lends itself to. There is an embossing folder, and then we have die cuts, and as well as the hybrid. And I will bring over my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and show you how that works. Hey, Noreen, thanks so much for popping in today. I appreciate it. Welcome everybody who can come on and watch. I love that you will also be able to watch the replay. So I will go back and look at comments. Let me know if you have any questions about this or any other Stampin' Up! Product. So I just love that there are so many possibilities. So I'll show you this first of all. The first possibility is just embossing. So I have a piece of basic white cardstock in between the folds of my embossing folder, and I'm going to put it through the Stampin' Cut Boss machine with the fold forward. Hey, Christine. Hey, Dawn. Thanks for popping in. So I will put that on my platform and use the number 4 plate. I'll roll that through and I'll show you what that does. So you can just emboss. That's the one possibility. So there's lots of different ways this can be used. Right, so then that could be just used as a fun background, and you'll see some cards that use that as well. Then you could just use the die cuts as to die cut the leaves. You could stamp the leaves and die cut them, and I'll show you a really fun card and technique with that. So to use that, I'm trying to grab my white paper that I have ready, get the plates ready for that. Hey, Kathy, good morning. Thanks for joining. So I have a 6x6 sheet of basic white, and I'm just going to place the Changing Leaves on top of there. So I could just cut the leaves. And then we'll show you the most exciting part. Hey, Colleen, thanks for joining. And I apologize if I missed someone coming in while I'm busy getting everything ready. So then these leaves I'll pop out. So that is one way to use them. You can use all kinds of different colors with that. So there's that possibility. And then the final, probably this is why it's called a hybrid embossing folder. It die cuts and embosses at the same time. So with the embossing folder, you'll see the Stampin' Up! Logo here, and you will want to place the die cut in the folder, cut side up. Okay, it's given me, it's like a puzzle. And then when it gets, hey Brenda, thanks for joining. When it gets right in there, you'll be able to feel it kind of snap into place. And then I will put my, I thought I had a big sheet, it must have fallen. Here's my 6. Then I'm going to place, so that's the cut side up. Hey, Gian, thanks for joining. And put my paper on, close my embossing folder, and then you can see how it all sets up in there. And then we will run it through, and I'll show you what happens with that. So there, we do offer other hybrid embossing folders. The other is from the Seaside Wishes, and it's just, the images are just so much detail, and they're just so fun to work with. So, and let me get my machine out of the way. And then let me show you the wonderful, awesome results. So we have now die cut and embossed with that one folder in one simple, see the detail on those leaves. And there's the big one here. So, like I say, tons and tons of possibilities. See that detail in the leaves? All right, so that's exactly how that hybrid embossing folder works, all the different options. Let me show you some card samples before we go into making a card. Hey, Sandy, thanks for popping in. All right, this is one of the cards we made in class last week. Basic beige, Country Woods designer series paper. We stamped Lost Lagoon, Early Espresso, and Petal Pink, and then the Here For You with the exposed brick 3D embossing folder. So that was one of the cards. And I made it a birthday card. I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of September and October birthdays. Hey, Christine, thanks for joining. Then we also, these are in no particular order. They're just how I piled them up. So this can also, the stamp set can be used just to stamp, and it's just as gorgeous. So again, Lost Lagoon Wild Wheat copper clay with the heartfelt hexagon and the heartfelt hexagon sayings, and this gorgeous wild wheat ribbon that's in the new September through December mini catalog. So I was able to make that a sympathy card as well. So there's that. And then these are just my gorge. These are just, oh my gosh, I love these. So, and I couldn't decide which color, so I did 3 colors. You tell me which one you like best. So this one is Cherry Cobbler. What I did was heat emboss the leaf with gold onto the Cherry Cobbler cardstock and then die cut that. And also heat embossed the saying and this Cherry Cobbler ribbon. If you'll need to get some of this. This is also from the new September through December mini catalog. Hey Kay, thanks so much for joining. So this is just one of my favorite cards, and this is the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. All right, so there's the Cherry Cobbler version. Here is the Cajun Craze version. Okay, well, carry on. I know, Brenda, I am with you. That ribbon, and it's just so pliable, so easy to work with. So again, I used the gold with the Cajun Craze here. And these are new gems too. They're called Drusy, D-R-U-S-Y. I hope I'm saying that right. But I had to just play with all the gems and the ribbons. Hi, Mary. Thanks for popping in. All right. And this, I don't know, Blackberry Bliss. Isn't this just gorgeous with the gold? And I love this embossing folder, Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. And then there's this gorgeous Blackberry Bliss ribbon. All right. So kind of carrying on with the gold theme. So I decided to die cut and emboss at the same time with Stampin' Up's gold foil. And this was topped onto the Blackberry Bliss heat emboss that sentiment. There's that ribbon again. And these are the gold adhesive backed jewels that are also in the September through December mini catalog. So I couldn't decide again which color. There's the Blackberry Bliss. And there's the Night of Navy. Hey, Deb. Love that too. And if this is from the annual catalog, can you see I'm just in love with the ribbons, the gold and Night of Navy gold ribbon and the jewels. And then here is that card again in the Cajun Craze. So I kind of went a little crazy with the gold foil. So I had a few packages, and there's that ribbon again. And you can use any sentiment here. I think anything would work. A thank you, thinking of you, just so many possibilities. I cased this from a card off of Pinterest, but it's just stamping. It's my mind and my mouth are not working together today. But just stamp that on the Country Woods Designer Series paper. All right, let's see. And this one, here's where an example of where we just, I used the basic beige paper. Hey, Carolyn, thanks for popping in. And just embossed and then put a sentiment on it. Yes, it is. Thank you. I was like, Misty Moonlight. It was Misty Moonlight. I just drew a complete blank and didn't want to say something that was incorrect. Thanks for coming to my rescue. All right. And this one is another Blackberry Bliss. Can you see I'm really loving the fall and the fall colors? And there's some of that gorgeous ribbon. I can say I haven't investigated fully all of what's possibilities with this bundle, but I'm hoping to get to that. What's really exciting is I think we might have some really fun results if we do the baby wipe technique. So stay tuned for that. So this one, copper clay, I rarely use the copper embossing powder, but I did here, and I just absolutely love how that turned out with some black. So those are, I have one last little sample, and it was just a treat packet that I made. It's I just die cut and embossed a bunch of the leaves, and then had to add some of that pretty peacock and gold ribbon, but just another fun way to use that. Hey, Teresa, thanks so much for joining. So I'm just going to show you a fun little technique for how I created this card here. So it's a basic beige. Let me get the ingredients. A basic beige base. And I'll get my bone. So that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'll burnish that with my bone folder. Hey, Nancy, thanks for popping in. Thanks, everyone, for watching today. And then I have 5 1/4 by 4 exposed brick 3D embossing folder. I should mention that as I get going and talking faster and faster, I need to slow down because I'm so excited. You can find the details on my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com. And I'm always available to answer questions. And then I do have a little piece of that Country Woods Designer Series paper. Who doesn't love this design here? It's a 2 by 5 1/4. And we'll just use some Stampin' Seal Plus to put that on. That paper, that Country Woods from the annual catalog, just has some really fun, some different designs. And so I pulled my color palette from the colors in the Designer Series paper. And I love that when you pick up a piece of the Designer Series paper, that the whole package on the back, you can see what the colors are and then pull those out. So I pulled out a Lost Lagoon, a Petal Pink, and Early Espresso. So what I have is I just ran the die cut through the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, just like so, and to get my little template. And then I have my basic beige that I'm going to stamp on. So I'm going to just layer that on top and try to use a little tape to hold it down so it doesn't wiggle too much. Hey, Alexina, thanks for joining. This is how, once you get this set up, it works very well. So it's going to allow me to stamp 3 different colors and then die cut the leaves all at once. So let's start with the big leaf, and that's going to be in Lost Lagoon. And with these large stamps, I like to try to stamp from above, and with it doesn't look like there's a lot of ink on there, but there is. And I probably need to re-ink after class last week. So then very carefully, and you know, the way everything's been going. But anyway, so what you do is you just hover your stamp over that, can't find the word for that either, that template, and stamp down in there. It's not a mask, it's a stencil. A stencil? Oh my gosh. Okay. You guys understand, and you can see what I'm doing. So then let's go to the Early Espresso. And, you know, I also had to tell everybody who came to class, if you haven't tried this before, just be gentle with yourself. It might take a couple of tries, you know, to get those stamps in there exactly where we want them. You can always use a scissor to trim them if they don't turn out exactly. But this, like I say, once you get this set up, it works really, really well. And sometimes you just need some trial and error and just have a little fun with it as well. I always remind myself the reason I started stamping is because when 33 years ago in northern Minnesota, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator told me it was handmade and that it didn't have to be perfect. And I took her at her word, and that's how I stamp almost every single day. All right, so that one just fits right in here. Voila, now that looks pretty good. So then what you would do is take this over to your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and lay the die cut over the leaves, and then run it through and die cut, and then you will have your 3 leaves. And to save some time, I've already done that, so I have my my 3 leaves right here. But you can see how that works. You just run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and you have your leaves. And you could do any colors that you wanted to. And then I've already got my happy birthday. I wanted birthday, so that comes from the Something Fancy stamp set. It fits perfectly in this lovely little frame that comes with the dies. Hey, Joy, thanks for popping in. All right, now I need some glue dots, and we're just going to attach the leaves one by one and layer them. And sometimes too, you know, when you layer them, if you don't like how some of those leaves turned out, I'm pretty happy with mine, but I have to admit, I tried a couple of times. I suppose it depends on how steady you are that day, or how much have you had your coffee or your caffeine. Are you standing up? How good? What kind of, just a lot of things. But just have fun with it. And so there's that leaf. Then we'll do the Early Espresso. No right or wrong way on this, for sure. But like I say, I drew the color inspiration from the paper itself. Okay. All right. So the sometimes, you know, the hardest part is this little doohickey thing with the ribbon. So this is how I had us do that the other day. I put a little bit of adhesive on the back, and I grabbed some of our linen thread. I have all kinds of interesting words today, don't I? All right. And then I just, you put your linen thread down here on the, can you see, on the adhesive, as my fingers stick to it, and then make a loopy and bring it around, and then make sure that's on that adhesive, and then make another loopy and bring it around. And then we'll put a bunch of Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. And there's no right or wrong way for this. This is going to turn out different every single time you do it. But for me, this works too. You could actually just tie a bow as well and hook it to the back. Hey, Linda, thanks for popping in. So then I'll just attach that to the front of the card, trim up those little ends a little bit, and finish up. Gems. So there were lots of different options for gems. I picked out the adhesive backed dots for days, and here are the. I'm not sure. I picked Pool Party, but Pool Party does go with that. So Pool Party in Lost Lagoon. So I will go ahead and put those on. We also have a little piece for the inside, but we have Stampin' Up! Offers a lot of, a couple of different Lost Lagoon options as well. Gold would work really well on there. And if you wanted to, here's your piece for the inside, and why not go ahead and stamp, because you have all the leaves. Let's do these little guys in early espresso. Stamp over here. And then with this glass mat, you can just take the cleaner and wipe it off. So we'll add some adhesive, and then your card is finished. Righty. Any questions? This is just a lovely hybrid embossing folder that just has so many possibilities. Like I said, it comes back in and out of stock. So right now, waiting for it. Let me know if you need help grabbing it or looking for it. So that is the one birthday card. I brought the fixings for the Night of Navy one. I won't put it together, but I'll show you just what. So I do have the, if you haven't seen this embossing folder, I just love that one too. And I told you what it was at the beginning. And then I got losing my mind. I have die cut that and embossed it with the gold. The one tip here is to put a lot of dimensionals on the back of that so it really stands up. And then the birthday, you would pop that up with dimensionals as well and add some of that gorgeous ribbon. But this gorgeous ribbon right here. So that's how that one would go together. I won't put that together because it's pretty self-explanatory. If you're just popping in, let me just really quick show you a review of the cards that I did make with this hybrid embossing folder bundle. That one's copper, heat embossed, just embossed. Stamping, real quick run through. Again, find details on my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com. Gold, I'm in love with gold. I have to get more gold embossing powder. gold foil, always on my order. Thank you, everyone, for popping in today. I hope you enjoyed this. Blackberry Bliss, got to vote for your favorite. Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Cherry Cobbler, and then one with just stamping. So the possibilities are virtually endless. Thank you, everyone, for popping in, for commenting, for saying hi, for helping me out with my words today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, week, and weekend. And until then, happy stamping. See you next time. Bye-bye.